flyby.
Alright, if you would re-invite me, I'm up and running again.
Fine. Actually, I don't know what just reminded me of this, but let me take a look. I think the sailing game that I was looking at was on sale, but maybe I can't remember if it was this week or last week.
Ooh. Actually sounds
So
kind of fun.
please, it's an open world sailing game. It's really cool.
Ooh.
Let me go see if it's actually still on sale because I saw an email about it, like it usually does. So Dovetail Weekend, 75% off. Ooh, that's promising considering that
Yeah.
most of my railroad stuff is in there and flight sim and whatnot.
Yeah.
Sail Away, the sailing simulator, is 25% off.
Hmm.
For how much longer? Deal ends the 22nd of January. Okay, so that's what, Monday?
Something like that, yeah.
So for those that don't know what Sail Away is, I apologize that my screen is just now stationary. I'm staring at Genesis, which is not a bad view. But it's an online-only game. But basically, it's has the immense scale of the world's oceans and infrastructure needed to actually keep the game and features online. So it's also early access.
Okay.
So yeah, but there's more. There's challenges, boats, tutorials, different detailed stuffs. I think in the vanilla game of being early access, I think there's 5 boats on it currently, but there's more planned, and then of course they're probably going to open it up um, to develop boats for it.
Probably.
But it's basically like everything from a how to learn to sail to a professional ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling to like actually knowing what you're doing.
Nice.
And you can make
What?
oh, that's cool. I forgot about that feature. If you set your sailboat up and you're like trying to sail across like the ocean or something,
Mm-hmm.
because it's an online hosted game,
Mm-hmm.
you can sign off and it'll still sail.
Oh, nice.
So like you can transit the world
Huh.
and not have to be there. Of course, you have to set up the autopilot properly.
Yeah.
And it is, of course, affected by atmospheric conditions because it does real-time weather.
Nice.
And so, yeah. So that's a game I'll probably jump in, and
Yeah.
if I do that, I'll probably feature it on this channel.
I would
So
definitely
yeah,
try to jump in on that.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
For sure. What am I missing? I am missing something. I am missing construction small. I am not missing anything. I just thought I was.
And I guess in association with that game, there's a free-to-play game called The Pirate.
The pirate? Ooh.
Mm-hmm. The Pirate Caribbean Hunt,
Mm.
which is a multiplayer game. It's like based on the promo video, it's simplified naval tactics.
Mm. That could be fun.
Looks interesting. Cool. Let's see, Dovetail. What's Dovetail Weekend got? Since I'm already on the page. Let's see, Train Simulator 2018, 50% off. Train Sim World Heavy Hauler is 50% off.
Alright.
Flight Simulator Steam Edition is 75% off, making it $6.
Oh, wow.
So if you've ever wanted a flight simulator, guys, now's the time to do it.
I thought about grabbing it before.
Yeah. For the record, that also goes for the 22nd. For the record, I have the original. I mean, for those that have been on the channel, probably seen a couple videos, but it's been a while.
Mm.
I have the original Flight Simulator X when it was released back in 2006, I believe.
Nice.
Got it for Christmas. Have the boxed game. Have played the fucking wheels off of that thing. So much so that by now, you know, it's pretty long in the tooth, but it's still a pretty decent game. Yes, it has its quirks and some issues because it's an older game, but then the Flight Simulator Steam Edition is basically everything you love about the boxed version with more stability.
Ooh.
It still has some quirks because it's still based on the old architecture. Which does not take advantage of multi-core platforms to the best of its ability, because multi-core platforms didn't exist when they developed the damn thing.
Yeah.
Well, I should rephrase that. They were not commonplace.
Yeah.
And the core architecture really can be dated back to 2 iterations prior to that game, so that would be like early 2000. And then, yes, multi-cores did not exist on the public platform. So, didn't think you'd be getting a Flight Simulator history lesson here on our Space Engineers stream. But alas, you did. But anyway, I've been part of a virtual airline, which is fun as shit, actually. I really enjoy it. So, Drew, you should totally jump in on Flight Sim. We could... Actually, there is a multiplayer feature on there.
Ooh.
You can fly in the same plane together, or you can fly, like, you know, stunt shows and whatever else.
Mm-hmm. That would definitely be interesting.
I mean, for $6, I mean, what do you got to lose?
Not a whole lot. It's one of those.
Well,
I keep thinking about grabbing it, but like it throws me off. Like I want to play it, but at the same time, it's one of those things where I don't know. It feels weird flying a plane with just keyboard and mouse. I mean, I could do it.
That is how I flew for the first 2 or 3 years on that game, was just keyboard and mouse. And you can fly it with a controller too if you have like an Xbox or PlayStation controller plugged in.
Yeah.
It's still, I would say, still not as refined as if you had like an actual joystick setup.
Yeah.
But like honestly, a decent joystick anymore is you can get for $20-30. And mine is a lot more expensive than that, just because of how many hours I've put into the game. I mean, it's literally my go-to game. If I want something to do, that's my go-to game. I've also have probably, well, not infinite, but what feels like infinite knowledge in modifying the thing.
Nice.
My version of FSX Steam is so heavily modded that it would take me literal weeks, I think, to reinstall the whole thing.
Oh wow.
Which, I mean, to be fair, I've been at it for a while.
Yeah.
I have a lot of add-ons for it.
Yeah.
That I've purchased and downloaded, because there's an assload of free ones out there, since it's heavily supported by the community still.
Nice.
See, how else can I talk the game up? I ended up getting well, I've had multiple traffic programs over the years, but the one that I'm currently using is called Ultimate Traffic 2.
Okay.
Which now actually has a newer version out there called Ultimate Traffic Live.
Okay.
I mean, they run the same underlying program. It's just how it obtains traffic information is different.
Gotcha.
But it gives you, Ultimate Traffic 2 gives you the software to update the traffic for yourself, if you really choose to. So I spent the better part of this fall downloading brand new aircraft, brand new liveries, brand new flight schedules and assigning them all and putting it all together. So the domestic U.S. market, when I'm flying around inside the U.S.,
Mhm.
I would say is about 85% accurate to the summer schedule.
Damn.
And I say about 85% because I've had to, make some alterations.
Yeah.
There was some, I think I told you about it. The compiler, for whatever reason,
Oh
fucked up
yeah.
a couple of things. And I
Yeah.
couldn't figure out why the compiler was fucking it up when it was the actual program itself that wrote it. Like, it has this ability that you can put in, you put in the route information, it will, it'll compress it down, figure out what order it needs to be in, and then compile a directory file for it to reference.
Gotcha.
And for whatever reason, it could not read its own directory file. On like a couple of the routes that I put in, I don't know exactly why.
Yay,
I still have yet
corruption.
to actually fully troubleshoot that one.
Yeah, that's kind of wonky.
Just a little bit.
You're alone.
Yeah, I know some really good fighter jets and stunt planes for that game that are free.
Mm.
So if you decide to drop $6, I can set you up with some fun.
Mm.
That, and of course we can go do stunt flying, and
Oh, of course.
because I mean, what else do you do when you have a stunt plane?
I'm gonna try to get this thing to flip back on its side. Better get the tank and thruster on this corner put in. Let's see, tank. Get that up. And it's construction and steel for its base. And thruster. Steel plate. That's a steel plate.
Steel plate.
Hopefully, I'll actually charge up more of those thrusters. Maybe add a few more ions just to kind of help it. Because I don't really need that many, but at least while I'm working on building it, I should have a few.
Let's see. You're hooked up to random laser antenna. Okay.
Large steel. That'll be enough to at least get it
Aha.
started. Mwahaha.
Okay, so that one is pointing now at Genesis. To start. Why won't you
the
connect?
thing's falling. Let's try to pick up.
Okay, so that one is pointing at Genesis. It means Genesis is probably not pointing this one.
Probably not.
The one downside to having these laser networks is you got to set them up. But once you have them set up, they're gorgeous.
Yes.
That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Is just setting them all up.
Where is there? This. Apparently I used all the steel plate I grabbed. Apparently I did. Alright.
All the steel plate. Use it all.
Oh.
since we're just gonna make more anyway.
I pulled a me. Well, a semi-me.
What'd you do?
I went too fast into the blast door ring around the landing pad.
Oh, and you died.
Mm-hmm.
Which would explain why I had a massive frame spike, because it's probably respawning you.
Yep.
But yeah, so then I had that. I think I originally previewed that game at a GameStop back when GameStop actually had computer games.
Right. They still have a few, but it's all like the main
Not in a
big
dedicated
name
spot
ones.
though.
At least the mall one still has a stand, but it's all like the main name. Like
Yeah, but they don't have like
StarCraft
a
and...
display with like trials and like an actual small.
Yeah,
This thing had like a computer setup with the game and a
Gotcha.
controller. You could try it.
Yeah, they don't have the trial
And I
area for
remember.
it.
Yeah, I remember trying the game, and I think I flew. Yeah, I drove. I flew the default CRJ 700 because that was one of the jets that just come default with the game.
Gotcha.
And I think I took it off from like one of the tropical islands, part of the default demo pack,
Mm-hmm.
and flew it around. And I was like, at that point I was hooked. I'm like, all right, this is cool. I mean, I had always wanted a flight simulator up to that point, but
Gotcha.
that one I think finally did it for me. I'm just like, yep, I'm doing this.
Very nice. Yeah, I think sailing would definitely be fun for me. That's something I've definitely wanted to get into in real life. But,
Well, I mean, I was on the sailing team. I loved it.
yeah. My dad and I were working. This was years ago. We had a little. I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically like a trainer sailing ship. Like it's like, I don't know, maybe a foot thick at its thickest, maybe 15 feet long or something like that.
JY15 420. Doubt it's a laser. Lasers are, I think, too big.
No, it's a trainer. Like, that is the whole
No,
boat.
not Interlake. Yeah.
There's no like deck to it. It's basically a...
You sit in the boat.
No.
On the boat.
Yeah. Like, it has no interior. It's basically a frame.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant by sit in the boat. You're just like you're one with the boat.
So there's no interior. You might as well be floating on a single piece of wood. What did I come back for? Tubes.
Okay, so I've got the laser antenna pointed about as good as it's gonna get pointed, I think.
Okay.
So I don't know if you can still see it.
Still see connection, or...
Yeah, I don't know if you can see Genesis at all on
Oh, my...
control panel.
Gotcha. Controls. Let me see. But nope, I still only got Hermes and Moon. Let's see. Laser. It says connected to base connection. Oh, yeah, because it's connected to the main relay.
It's connected to the base. Congratulations.
Probably like a Hermes. So, oh, okay. Searching for laser at GPS. That's currently what I get from that.
It should be the one that says top is the one that it's connected to.
Laser. Yes, it says searching for laser.
Okay. Well, I just rotated Genesis towards Hermes, so...
Okay. So might have to
I don't know.
redo the coordinates.
Yeah, I might have to just keep sorting that one out.
Yeah. great for satellites, antenna connection. Not so great for ships.
Actually, I mean, it works fine. I mean, if you notice, you can see delivery, which may just show up as grid. I can't remember. Yeah, delivery ship is on the network.
Wait, what's delivery ship? I'm confused.
Delivery ship is the one that
Oh.
delivers
Gotcha.
the satellites.
Huh. Guess maybe just the initial connection, and it kind of figures out stuff after that or something.
Yeah, I think that initial connection is very picky, but once you get that connection, it just keeps tracking. I mean, I don't think you can see delivery ship right now because I have it in the shadow of the satellite, but as soon as I get back down below it, because I'm using one of the bottom connectors to connect delivery.
Gotcha.
And since I'm above the satellite, it can't see it.
Last tank is up. Suppose I can look.
I just think it's kind of cool we have a satellite now.
Right? I have none in there.
I think it's got more connections than we could ever think of to use of right now.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point.
Especially with that range, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, the range increase that they gave us, big help. Do want to inspect the satellite though, just to make sure we're. Oh shit! I forgot that I don't have dampeners turned on. Okay, good. Okay, so one of the batteries are entirely depleted. But the rest of them will be fully depleted in 3 to 5 hours.
That's not too bad.
Which, I mean, guess is okay considering that the sun is not really in line with the satellite at the moment.
So we're going to come out here for ice. Okay. That's still not that much. Should probably... Wait a minute.
Suppose any antennas I don't need right now I will shut down.
We should probably go on an ice hunt fairly soon.
An ice hunt?
Yeah.
I take it we're out of hydrogen.
Not out of, no. Just there's about 1.3K, and I just moved that to the lander to try to get its tanks refilled.
Ah.
So that was my issue last time. I did not wait until they had a decent chunk of fuel before I tested. And it literally fell out of the sky. Thankfully, on the moon, not that much gravity, so it was able to stay pretty much in one piece.
Gotcha. Well, that helps.
Yeah. I should probably add a couple more gyros so I can kind of get this thing tilted back on its correct axis. At the moment, I'm waiting for... excuse me.
Alright, to the base I go. To the base, to the base, to the base, 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 to the base, to the base, to the base, base, base.
Yes. I think that's the last one I need for that. Cool, got the fourth thruster on. Oh.
I was about to say, and I'm starting the re-entry phase, but like I'm really entering an atmosphere.
Yeah. I need to thrusters. Thrusters.
I would say if your draw distance was better, you'd see me streaking across the sky right now, but... Okay, I should probably start slowing down now.
Probably. Turn you off. All the others are off, yes. And tank. You turn, where's the stockpile on? I think everything else is, yes. Alright, got that too. Back to the correct setting. Let's check, see how much fuel is left in my little tiny reactor. Not very much. Enough to run for a little while though. Do.
Bonk.
Let's see, any gyro.
I have returned.
Mwahaha.
And in much need of oxygen.
Well, the cryos are now actually hooked up.
Are they?
Yes. Steel computer motor. Scrap the steel. Steel. Motor. Where's my computer? More steel. Construction.
Alright, so you said we need ice?
Yes.
Alright. It's time for an adventure.
Adventures are fun.
Especially ones that involve large mining vessels.
Yes.
Alright, are you clear?
I am clear, yes.
Alright, backing up.
Keep it coming. As long as you don't drop, you're clear.
I just didn't want to fire the down thrusters until I was clear of the interior hangar.
Thank you for that. I really should replace that with either heavy or blast block.
Yeah, or, you know, replace that one cube that we destroyed long before we even put anything in the... Like, I think we just missed a spot or something.
No, it was due to thruster damage because it's all light armor in here. So the large grid thrusters will actually burn through it.
Yeah, well, it wasn't... It was there before I started parking the mining ship in there, though.
Oh yeah, it happened like one of the very first times. I think it was... Might have been your first rebuild of the... whatever the other one was originally.
Okay, ice. That's what I need.
Nice. Icy, icy, icy.
I do indeed see ice.
Sweet. I feel like we had a hard time finding it before for some reason.
It's actually inside of this crater that I'm floating down into.
Alright.
There's also iron down here.
Good to know.
But I don't think we need iron.
Not at the moment, now. No, there's still two.
I think it's really cool that they added the thruster effects. Like when you get close to...
Oh, like the dust blowing around and whatnot?
Yeah.
Yeah. So weird, like we've been playing it so long, like we're used to so much of the stuff, but the game's still in beta. Imagine what happens once it actually like gets to the end.
Well, and they keep just adding stuff too.
True. Yay, sim drop. Probably because you're mining. Apparently not.
That's kind of funny.
What?
You should totally come and see where I'm at right now.
Kind of in the middle of the crater.
Yeah.
So you're not popping up for me. Ah, there you are. Okay.
Now go to the other side of that wall. This is like a raised crater.
Oh. Oh wow, it's like right there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm like, oh, hey, look, I found ice.
That's
Burrows
awesome.
into the side of this thing. Gets to this side. Oh.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, we did good.
Yes.
So now I have to like excavate myself out.
Thing is, I don't have any more apparently. You go there. Damn it! I grabbed you. You go there. Thank you.
No.
Not you.
Much refusal. Oh, shit.
What?
That's not good.
What'd you break?
All I did was turn around and it exploded. Like, I didn't even think I hit anything, but apparently I clipped it just enough at the right speed that it just destroyed itself.
Oh.
Holy shit. Well, I guess I'm limping back now. Don't know how much ice I got, but that's all we're getting right now.
Alright. Let's see. Do I have enough?
I love having the heater underneath my desk. It makes my toes nice and cozy.
Yes, mine is currently moved because we had some furnace issues.
Uh-oh. That's problematic. In the destruction, my side thruster was damaged.
Oh, geez.
Shit, and that's on the side of the docking port. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Okay,
Come on. Come on. Oh, not that way. The other way.
okay. I gotta do this quickly. Go, 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 go. Go faster, go faster, go faster. Delivery ship, I hope you have some power on you. Time to fire up those engines.
Come on.
Alright, where's the mining ship? Here, go, go, go.
Yes, 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 almost. Aha. Got it.
What'd you get?
The lander upright.
Perfect.
A little bit of damage on the corner armors, but that was to be expected.
Okay.
I guess semi-upright since it's kind of on incline, but At least I won't have to fight it as much this time around.
Okay, so this is where... Oh, perfect. They stopped moving because of gravity. I say this is where my interstellar docking awesomeness comes into play. Because I'm really good at that.
That's something I haven't played in a while is No Man's Sky.
I have not played that game in literal months.
Same.
Same with Kerbal.
I've never actually gotten to play Kerbal. I've seen a lot of play of it. But...
Kerbal's fun. There's no multiplayer in it though.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to be interesting.
Oh.
Look out towards off the end of the landing platform.
Oh boy.
Dun 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 3 meters per second.
Giant missile coming to destroy us all.
It's probably good that I can only go at 3 meters per second since I know the inertial dampeners of the mining ship are fighting me right now, but I'm gonna need every bit of dampener when I get there.
Right.
So don't dare turn them off.
Forward, back, up, down, side.
Besides, I need all the help lifting this thing I can get.
Yeah. Alright, so I need to, before we get to the planet, I need to make sure I build the, actually build the Atmo thrusters.
So, just so you're clear, I'm not riding in on that thing when it goes to the planet.
Okay.
I'm building my own thing.
It should have an...
And my thing will probably be just as much of a disaster, if not more. Because it will not be responsible for carrying our base. It will just be responsible for carrying me and some minor essentials.
Fair enough. Yeah, probably before we move the entire thing, it should probably make a couple scouts and figure out where we actually want to land.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly what I was thinking. Was
don't waste
build the preliminary personnel shuttle,
yes.
Which would be what we use to get back and forth anyway.
Yeah.
And then go scout. Okay, so I'm probably going to need some help lining the docking stuff up.
I figured.
But I'm not quite at that point yet. I'm kind of over the base just in case disaster strikes.
Yep. You're starting to tilt on your side there.
I'm aware. Spinning this thing because it's not stabilized, because the center of gravity is really wonky right now.
Yeah.
All the gyros are on top. The center of gravity is not playing to my favor right now.
Yeah.
When I spin. And I can't use my docking marks because I'm sitting far too high for those. It's also really hard to stop going in the sideways direction because I have no thrusters helping me on the mining ship.
Are we just landing her, or are you trying to hook her up to the connector?
I want to hook it up.
Okay.
Since it's got ice on board of some degree.
Gotcha.
Plus, we can use it to help with base power until we get the problems sorted out on it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm at the point where I'm going to need guiding.
Yep. You're going to want to go forward, probably about 2 blocks or so. Keep going. A little bit more. That's probably good there. And bring her down. Probably about there is probably close enough. Just bring her slowly to the side. And you're there. Let's see. Okay, maybe try going forward just a hair.
Going forward, you said?
Yep. There we go.
All right. While I'm still holding on to this, you want to jump in the cockpit and hit P?
I just gotta remember where the hell it is on this thing.
It's right underneath the landing gear that I have attached, actually.
Okay.
You're going to have to thread the needle between my 2 down thrusters, I think.
Okay.
I did intentionally hook it up
there
this
it
way
is.
so you could get to the cockpit. Or somebody could, anyway.
Make sure you can have a good look on it. Make sure.
Cool.
Okay, good. It was not updating for me when I was in the seat for a minute there, so I wasn't sure.
Right. Well, good enough.
Yep.
It'll stay there until we repair it, which means it might be a while.
Yeah.
Well, because it's like I literally just turned around and I didn't think I hit anything. Like I may have bounced off of something just ever so slightly.
Mm-hmm.
And there was just this massive explosion. I mean, you have to
Looks
go
like
back
you
and look at this.
damaged a thruster, a couple
Oh,
thrusters,
there's a couple of thrusters.
and then your connectors, but that's about the extent of it, looks like. So mainly your ejector system has got hurt. Anyways, I'm going to...
Yeah, no, it was mainly the ejecting system, but I did lose a side thruster.
Yeah.
Which is what was the docking problem. Because that's the thruster I used to stop with.
Ah, yeah, that's kind of an issue.
Yeah, especially because I don't really feel like ramming the hell out of our only intake-outtake port at this base.
Yeah. I'm going
Since
to...
I didn't figure you'd be too happy about that.
I mean, we could repair it, but it's another thing.
Yeah, it's just another thing.
I'm going to grab more drinks and use the facilities real quick. I shall be right back.
All right. Okay, let's see. What do we want to do for getting onto the surface? Got to do that double. I think we got to do that double cockpit design that I was fiddling with. You know, one of the exploratory worlds. Punk.
All right. I don't remember going down here. But oh well.
So I discovered something.
Oh?
You can push a character and activate their walking animation.
Alright, is that the reason why I was chilling on the ground down there?
I may have continually kept pushing you towards the edge, and your
Okay.
character's walk animation continued to happen.
Alright.
So, yes.
Are you trying to pick up the cockpit?
Yes.
I would go up just a little bit. A little bit more. Okay, now bring it back just a little bit. Alright, try that now. Bring it down just slowly.
Eh.
It's not wanting to connect. I'm gonna grab some more steel plate, see if it'll pick it up then. So I don't think it's treating it as a full block for some reason. So yeah, on my screen here. Oh, no, there you go.
Got it.
Yay.
Yeah, this is the beginnings of
Yes.
my answer to getting to the surface. It's a personnel carrier, at least. It's not gonna bring much else.
No.
So we can use it as our initial scouting tool.
So shall I build my own?
There is an unknown signal 1 kilometer away. That's like inside of our thing.
Where's it? Why is it not popping up for me? For some reason it's not popping up for me.
Well, I'm going for it.
Go for it.
It's too close to not to.
Maybe I'm looking in the wrong direction. No.
Yeah, that is most definitely inside our crater.
I wonder why it's not popping up for me then.
Don't know.
Guess I shall keep working on mainlander. And then once we get our scout, we can go scout, see where we want to set up shop.
That's the idea.
So ultimately, this thing could go in and out of Atmo right now, but I want to avoid that as much as possible. Try to get into Atmo and then just kind of leave it on the planet, more or less.
Yep.
I mean, it will be a
I think that's probably best as a one,
yeah.
as a one entry vessel.
Yeah. In the extreme pinch, we could take it out again, but try to avoid that.
Intended for interplanetary travel.
Yes. It's got 4 large thrusters going down. That's just kind of help balance it out. So what all do I need for this stuff? I need, yay, some speed dropped again. Steel, construction, motor, large steel. Start going through one material at a time. And steel plate already.
Okay, where's the button?
Button, button, button.
Button! I got cow boots.
Cow boots.
Yep.
Alright. Holy motors. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but holy motors.
What about motors?
The large Atmo thrusters require 1,136 motors.
Oh. Seems like a walk in the park.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It's just like, holy. One more round of steel plate, and then let's see what probably construction components next. So really, I just need the hydrogen to get out of the moon's gravity, and then to act as a brake support in the planetary Atmo. Aside from that, I think if I come to a slow enough stop, the Atmos should have enough thrust to keep me upright. She won't move very fast, but that's what we have the scout for, so we can get more or less where we want to land. That's something else I should probably add. At least a large reactor before I take this thing into Atmo. It's going to be running 8, 12 Atmos, large Atmos altogether. 8 of those being the support.
I mean, plus we want to power the base.
Yeah. At least starting off. I figure we'll probably add some kind of solar tower to it eventually. Maybe set up an actual, like, legit solar farm.
What, our farm's not legit enough?
No, I never said that.
I mean, it is power. I mean, it does happen to be powering an entire moon base.
True. No, I was thinking about making, like, maybe a quad setup with a couple, not smaller per se, but slightly smaller than the tower we have. Or we could straight up just go with 1 or 2 of the towers we have now. I don't know.
I'm playing a game of chase ball or kick ball here.
Oh, is it one of the ones that tries to run away from you?
Yeah, it's entertaining, actually.
Careful, there's a few different versions. Every now and then you'll get one that explodes when you get close, or there's one that will
I've dismantled this thing most of the way.
Okay.
Because remember, I got cow boots.
True.
No, I was just, it's like, I could make a game out of this. Right. And I could probably, just dismantle this as a person, but it was just too much fun to...
That'll be something fun to play with is, it's not catapults per se. I mean, we could do catapults, but doing, like, ballistic missiles on the surface.
Yes.
There's a few, like, people have made, like, the, essentially Space Engineers version of, like, a SAM truck.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually, like, work, like, you figure out, roughly how far it is, and it uses camera to figure out, like, range of things. It's kind of impressive. I'm going to need a lot more of those. refining. Excuse me. That's something I should probably build a arc welder or two. Or not arc welder, arc furnace, there we go. Where did you put them? Up and have them processing all their things individually. The refiner will be free to do a whole lot of other stuff. Yay, efficiency.
What is?
Small. There's the house. Sim speed, why you no like me?
Because F you.
Pretty much.
Incoming. As per usual, I have no idea how I'm going to build this ship, but I'm just going to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, it'll work.
I mean, that's how Mega Miner and the welding grinding ship and the electric scout and the solar scout and the pickup truck. That's how all those came to be, is I just said, oh, fuck it, let's try it.
Yep. Still computers. Go. So I think it's only... I think it was 3 different ones that the furnaces could run.
3 different watts.
Ores.
Yeah, I think it's only 3.
There's iron, nickel, and something else.
I'm really tempted to drag this thing into space so I can work on all sides of it. Just means that I have to shuttle stuff back and forth, though.
It's an iron ore. I can't remember what the actual correct naming for things are now. Let's try just iron and see.
Fine. All right. You has invite.
Yay. Yeah. I'm hoping
So
it's a
that's
graphics issue. So that's the only thing I can think of.
okay. Drop down in. I can get games to stabilize after you load in. That would be great.
I'm still waiting for it to give me the option to load in. Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
What'd you do?
Apparently, it popped up with a Windows cannot recognize this USB device thing this last time I restarted, and turns out it looks like it's my webcam. Ultimately not needed, but still like, okay. I'm getting crap for connection on through OBS, so I think, unfortunately, I think I'm just